Hello, Juicy Broads. How's everyone doing?
Hello.
Mm.
Hello.
Hi, Vanessa.
How's
What's
life?
new and exciting
Hey,
in Houston?
well, not much.
Mm,
it's not
Not
it's
much
not super
here.
hot right now. It's nice spring-like weather.
We like that.
So I don't have anything to complain about.
Good. Jay was just in Dallas last week. He was left on Monday, came back on Friday, and now he's gearing up for a trip to Tokyo. So I'm trying to think of like any of the special edition things that I might gently ask if he might go check out for me. So he stays close to Ginza, so he's going to be close to Itoya, Maruzan bookstore that has a great pen section, and Ancora. So hello, Germany. How are you? Hi, Carmen. Nice to see you. And Kate and Leanne and Natalia. GZ Winchester. How's everyone doing? Ours. Am I saying that right? Hey, Heather. Honeydew list for
Honeydew
Jay. Yeah.
list.
We'll see how much my honey wants to do. So, hey, Emma, welcome to the show. We are going to continue our conversation a little bit following up from our dupe episode with the beautiful Julia. That was a really fun show. And Vanessa has turned me on to a brand called Pegan Awl. And we both ordered. Did you get your stuff from Pegan Awl?
It's out for delivery. It
It's out
probably
for,
won't be here
that's
till
what you were referring. But you have, I feel like you have enough backlog that you can still talk about other things. We've mentioned them on the show.
Well, yeah,
before.
and I brought some of my other things that I've bought from them because I always try to catch the of a kind sale because it's just so the woman who is Pagan All is Margot Kent. And
Okay.
she shops flea markets in her area. They're in Pennsylvania, and they find I don't know how she finds all this really cool stuff, like lots of
Pennsylvania is kind of known for having a lot of vintage
is
stuff, like
it
within the reselling world. Yeah, a lot of people do hard
really?
goods in Pennsylvania because they're not really known for fashion, but you get a lot of good, like hard goods, housewares, vintage stuff in PA.
Okay, so that's what, and she uses a lot of that into her stuff, and so she finds like all these great vintage textiles, and
Mm.
it's just so cool. And she takes these vintage textiles and applies it to some of the stuff that they already make. So I love her stuff. I was turned on to it back in I think 2017, 2018,
Wow.
and I just oh, these dogs are starting already. Like, what are they even barking at?
I had never heard of them, but when you showed me your Pippet bag, it reminded me a lot of my small superior labor bag. So I actually have both today because they're slightly different. If people wanted to see a size comparison and the straps and a price comparison, like that sort of thing. Um, so yes, and I'm so grateful. And you really know you're supporting a small business, which is really exciting. And her Instagram, don't you just look at her Instagram and wish like because I'm like a maximalist and all the stuff that sometimes I wish I could curb. I just feel
I
like
love it. I love the whole just the I don't know how you describe her style. It's very rustic.
slow living, like
Yes.
they use things from the earth, from their surroundings.
Right.
They're kind of like a little bohemian vibe, but they're
Yeah, it's
just
kind of a
like,
bohemian.
yeah,
Yeah.
you look at their stuff and you just want to be a better person. You want to slow down. You want to take it all in. No, at least I do. I see their
Yeah.
stuff and I wish that my life, that I was more that type of a person that I could
Well,
just,
and on top of that, she's very artsy.
so
She
artsy.
she does like, lots of cool sketches that she calls foundlings, and she makes jewelry, and the foundlings, appear on the jewelry, and just so, I would just love to tap into her mind one day and see what's going on in there because she's just
So,
so
so
creative.
GZ Winchester is saying, thanks for ink-abling me.
The ink powder is
So
awesome.
Yes. I don't know if you guys have seen Vanessa's beautiful
So I
artwork
have it
lately, but
right.
she did like a floral painting. They have a dry ink that you add
Yeah. See, it's right
water to,
here.
I believe. Hi,
Second.
Sabine. Welcome. Look at this.
So this is a drawing I made using this powdered ink, and I inked one of my Jinhaos. Everybody, all the haters,
Have
all
you
the
been getting a lot of
haters.
hate on the gin house?
Just a little bit, just a
A
little
little
bit.
bit.
Not too bad, but overall, everybody loves them and they're fascinated by them. But so I inked up. This pen has the powdered ink in it. So the powdered ink is in this lovely ink bottle that came from LLBC Historical. They're like a historical apothecary on
Oh,
Etsy.
wow.
And you just basically take hot water and you
Mhm.
pour the powder that is in this little box
So the,
in
the
there,
powder
and
is
then
what
you
you
mix it.
buy from Pegan.
Right. And it comes in this little, see, I think this is a little pouch. So it comes in this little pouch and it has a little thing of directions of how to fill it up. But I found that this ink bottle is perfect. It's only $8
Wow.
on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
And I use it, I dip pens in it, I inked a pen with it, and the color is just really, I hope this is
It's like a
communicating the
gray, but I
color.
feel like it has a little purple in it as well. It reminds me of
It's
the, is it
purple,
the,
but yeah.
where is it? Um, it reminds me a little bit of this ink, the Kurisame from,
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a dusty purple.
it's
Like it's just
beautiful.
it's a really nice color, and apparently this purple shade is extremely rare for the era that this powdered ink was made in, which I'm thinking it's late 19th century, early 20th century. So
Wow.
it's over 100 years old.
That is just, and
So I
it's,
don't
it's
know.
you have
I
a piece
just,
of history
yeah,
there.
that's what I just kind of geek out over it. I think it's very cool. So,
Carmen just realized Pegan
so
is near her
yeah.
son's house. Ooh, road trip,
Oh,
Carmen.
yeah, they have a shop. Like you can go visit and check out their shop, and
Julie's
I would
saying, who's
just
hating?
love to
Let's
do
get him.
that. I would love to go. Yeah, where's anyway, where does your son live? Does he like house guests, and can I sleep on his couch so I can go visit Pagan Hall?
Field trip to
Is that
Pegan.
a little
We'll
too
just take
forward?
over his house.
Yeah, I don't really cook, but I can order. So I do
With the
have
best of
DoorDash
my
out.
husband and I, for the first time about 2 weeks ago, ordered DoorDash. Like, our kids order it all the time, but we have just, like,
Yeah.
have been holdouts because I don't know, Jay's like, "I don't know, we'll just go pick it up. We'll save money. Like, we don't have to tip. We'll go," like, and Jay can't sit still, so it's always, like, something to do for him. And then
Mhm.
he shared with me that he had perks at work, so he was like a DoorDash Prime, like, whatever, VIP, where you don't pay for the delivery. I was like,
Oh,
dude,
nice.
you've been holding out on me. Like,
No
when you
kidding.
when you go for, this is my beef, and I won't spend too much time on this, but when you go for takeout and there's like a spot for tip and they're like staring at you and it's takeout. And I'm like, it's takeout. You did not wait on me. And we're like, I think we're good tippers. Like, all of our kids have been servers. So like we have gotten, we're good tippers, but I'm like, do you tip so we usually give like $3 to $5, like, and our takeout's like 50 or
Yeah.
60 and you give them $5. I said, that's half the tip for them to come to our house. If we give them a $10 tip to come to the house and you're not paying for the
Yeah.
delivery, this is a no-brainer. So anyways, we got
That's what I'm
DoorDash.
the person. I go to Starbucks and they're looking at me. I do my card and they're looking at me with the tip. I'm like pressing no.
But I mean, even
And
at
I'm like, that's
Starbucks,
great.
in Dunkin' Donuts, like, you're used to throwing a buck in the jar or whatever. Like,
I
when
do.
you're
And I
just
usually
picking
do.
up
I
a
usually have a
pizza,
dollar I throw there.
yeah, when you're just
Yeah.
picking up a pizza, like, now I have to tip for that too. So that's just like, I sound like an old lady when I say that. But anyways, oh, Carmen said we can stay at her house
Woo woo.
and
Yeah.
that she's only
All
a little
right.
over an hour away. Hi, Pam.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, Susie does. Yeah. Heck no. You drove up. All they did was swipe your card. I know, but I feel guilty. I feel guilty.
Don't feel
Anyways,
guilty. They're trying to make
so
you feel guilty.
so no, I don't even know how we were talking about that. Oh, you were saying you were
I
good
don't
at
either.
ordering food. No,
Oh
you were saying
yeah.
you don't
That's
cook,
it.
but you're good at ordering food.
I,
And
I'm good
now
at
I'm good
ordering
at
DoorDash.
DoorDash. Okay, back to Pegan Awl. So do we want to
Yes.
share our bag and thing for the day?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I
So
think
I mean, I have my Pippet from the last of a kind. My new Pippet hasn't arrived. It should arrive by this evening, and of course, I will post photos of it later on. But Lori has one of the new of a kind drops for the Pippet, so I think you should show your Pippet, and I'll show my old Pippet,
which I
after
wouldn't
you.
have. And again, it must be my Catholic guilt. I felt guilty about this
Stop
too.
it then.
I don't know.
Come over and
Vanessa
shake you and say, "Stop feeling guilty."
And also, if my room feels my room might be echoey. Oh, Lumpy, I'm sorry. We just got a new carpet.
Lumpy, are you okay?
Lumpy, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know you were sitting right there. So I'm sitting in an empty room right now. Well, with just my desk. So it feels very echoey to me if it's echoey to you. So Vanessa told me about the Pegan Awl drop. And she said, did you reach out to the owner? And she said, like, we're dropping the of a kinds at this time. Is that what happened? Did she tell you, or you found out somehow on social media?
Yeah, she did. She did. We were exchanging messages, and I had made a comment on one of her posts, and she wrote back like, it's dropping Saturday at 10 a.m., which is 9 a.m. my time. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'll be there. And I mean, I even like, I got up just right, like maybe 5 minutes before it dropped.
And I
to make my
you,
coffee.
Like, they're live.
Yeah. Cause I mean, I've slept through them before, and I was like, damn it. Cause I just get excited to see what she's gonna, she teases it, and then it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I don't branch out too much. When you see my, my small, superior labor bag, it's very me, but this is the of a kind Pippet.
I love that.
I got. So the Pippet is something that is typically available, but it's this fabric this is the vintage fabric that was put on this.
Right.
And it's just so adorable. Sorry, I feel like it's a little blurry, but now I will show you my superior labor. I actually like her handles better because they're a little bit taller than the superior labor.
Yeah, and they're very just solid.
The fabric is a little bit more, it's a little squishier than the superior labor. Canvas is harder. And the superior labor has the extra like leather or the reinforcement at the bottom. So it's a little stronger that way. But remember when we were in Brooklyn and I was going back and forth on whether or not to get the Yoseka one? I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I just like black and brown. So here's my superior labor one. So they're pretty similar.
They actually are. The size is very close.
But like these handles on the Pegan Awl are definitely taller. You can see, which I really like. And then of course the superior labor has like the leather pouch there. And they have, different markings. They're both great bags, but I want to keep my watercolor stuff in here. So I got this a while ago, and I don't think I've ever shared it. Another Pegan Awl thing. This is their Sendak roll.
Is that the full size Sendak?
This is the full size.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the color. This is actually. It's not. It's presenting very brown, but online it looks a tiny. It's some limited edition color. I can't remember what it was when I got it at the time. But I love how the leather
from their fall. They did like a set of fall colors last year.
I want to say it starts with an S, and I can't remember. But anyways, this is a great. This is where I keep some of my watercolor brushes in here, and it has like that wax coating that's really fun. And this is a great pen roll. The slots are very thin, so it's hard to get fountain pens in here. Although I ordered these 2 Fude fountain pens that were recommended when I was looking up pens to use for artwork, because these are sailor pens, and they each have a Fude nib, and they're about like $17. So then I just keep permanent ink in these. And I also, when I just did my top 10 pens for $50 or less. And there was an Asvine that I talked about that I also
you can't help it. You Asvine.
that I also keep in here. So these are like my drawing pens.
Yeah.
And then I have like a couple micron pens and that sort of thing. And of course, my paint brushes. But what's also nice about this is that it has this little zipper over here. So you can
I love that compartment.
Yeah, I like this part. So, I have like my little clip. So when I'm doing watercolors and I want to keep my thing open. And then there's one other section that I really like too. And that is these pouches in back of where you keep your brushes. So I have like a water brush that is in here. And I got this tool. I've never used it. I wish I knew the woman's name. She does all the artwork with the tiny palettes on YouTube. She's a blonde woman. I have no idea
who it is.
She's really phenomenal, but she uses this thing to
a viewfinder?
It's kind of a viewfinder. So you can kind of like when you're trying to figure out like where you want to place a landscape or whatever, she like uses this. And then when she'll go down to her canvas or whatever her sketchbook, and she'll kind of like sketch out like where she wants like the land and the water or the sky. And it's really cool. And she's like, this is the best thing. So, you know me, I was like, add to cart. Like I've never used it, but I thought it was sold. That I was an easy sell on that. So yeah, this is called the Sendak roll. And they have, it's really fun. It's this is the kind of material that the more you use it, the scratchier it gets. And it's just great. It's just really nice. What color is your Sendak?
Mine, I don't have the full size Sendak. I have the mini. So you have the full size. I have the little mini. Yeah, I've got it because you can throw it in your purse this way, and I don't keep a whole lot of stuff.
I like how yours is stamped on mine kind of has this.
On the leather.
Yeah, that's really cool. It says the Sendak there.
Yeah, and I think because yours has actually like a label, right?
Oh yeah, mine has it right here.
With it. Yeah, so I think that's the space they had for it.
I see.
Which color this is? I want to say it's it might be truffle.
Oh, that's
truffle
pretty.
Is kind of a gray brown, but yeah,
really nice.
Truffle's a really nice color. But I also keep drawing supplies in mine. So I have pencils and paper stumps and what else is in here?
Are those like little blenders, the little white things?
Yeah, so these are paper stumps for when you're using graphite. They're real nice to blend the graphite around. And I have, a couple of permanent ink pens back here and a pencil. And then in here, I keep.
I'm sorry, Vanessa. I just want to say yes.
Pencil sharpener.
Leslie Stoltz. Yes.
And
I'm sorry. They figured out the person.
Okay, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, she does the sketch challenges. She's fantastic.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Also have a kneaded eraser in here because it doesn't create eraser dust. I hate that. And also a water brush and 2 graphite sticks in there. So that's why I keep in a little pocket. But it's what makes me really special is when I started putting my drawing supplies in here, I didn't realize, I knew that there were interior pockets right here, but my dumbass didn't realize that there was some back here too.
Did my dumbass realize that?
Because I was like, oh, wow, there's pockets back here. I didn't even know that.
Oh, I must have. Okay, because I have something in mind.
I was
about to share that.
But yeah,
this is the palette that Kate gave me. Wolf Kate Witch.
Well, that's where it went. Oops.
And I'm spilling paint on my new carpet.
Yes,
nice.
Breaking it in. Breaking it in.
Yeah, so you can actually even fit like a little notebook back there.
Yeah, so little watercolor notebooks would be good in yours, and a little sketchbook, stuff like that. So they make stuff that's it's geared for artists. Because her husband is an artist as well. He paints and he's very good. And so they're both artists, and you know, a lot of the stuff they create has that in mind, which I think is just so cool.
Wonderful.
I
Yeah.
also
If
brought
you go on YouTube and look at Sendak rolls, it's quite a rabbit hole to see how
yeah,
people stock their Sendak rolls, the mini
it's
and
so
the large.
crazy.
Really fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I brought some pouches as well from previous of a kind. So this one is from the last drop from the
Oh,
fall, and it uses retro materials. I think the materials are from the 70s, if I'm not mistaken.
Vanessa, are those
And then
coated?
this
Do
one's
they
a
have like
really,
a wax coating?
yeah, all the wax I use is the coated wax.
Okay, but did they put it
So
on
on
that
all their
fabric as well?
bags. Yeah, well, so the fabric, the vintage fabric actually goes over, so you can see it's all the wax
Oh,
pouch.
yeah. Okay.
And then they take the
Beautiful.
vintage fabric and they sew it on top. And there's zippers. This one is also wax. It's not just the material, but it's also the wax canvas inside.
Oh,
And
so
then on the
cool.
outside, it really
You know what? The
is. It's
inside of that
just,
canvas looks like this a little bit.
it,
The inside of that
I'm
one.
not sure what, you know, I think you're
Or maybe
right.
that's a little
Maybe
more
this is
varied.
like some scraps from
Mm.
leftover. Yeah, it's very, I love that color. It looks really good with this vintage fabric pattern. So this is from, you know, some other ones from a few years back that are great for
Yeah.
pencils and notebooks and pens and all kinds of stuff. And this one, I use this one a lot when I travel. So and it has
Sounds
vintage
good.
fabric all around it. But I just, yeah, I'm a huge fan of theirs. And of course, here's my Pippet. My Pippet lives in my office.
Oh, so cute.
So yeah, I have like these. Don't there's just safety pins with bells on it because I just like to make noise.
I love that green. Yeah. So you can
Yeah,
see, yeah, they're just so cute. Here, let's,
they're
oh,
adorable.
shoot. I wanted to do a screenshot of us again because here,
Oh, we can do
let's do this
that.
as our screenshot.
All right.
Ready? We'll hold our little bags. I have to do mine one-handed. Mine's a little blurry. There we go.
Ta-da!
Got it. Vanessa, what's that print or poster behind you? Is that you?
It is. I recently rediscovered this lately. It is which way can I go here? Okay, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
It's a drawing that I made back in 1999 when I was an undergrad in art school.
No way.
Yeah, I mean,
That's you winning an award.
Yeah, I was hoping that I could win the Oscar. So since it was Oscars nights recently, I decided to hang it up for fun.
That is so much fun. Were you like manifesting an Oscar in your life?
I was trying to.
Not too late.
I was trying to. Hush.
It's like the Oscars. She has to bleep out the swear words.
Shut up. But yeah, it was an exercise back when I was a freshman in college. We we were supposed to take a photo of ourselves, and he projected it onto the wall. So we're supposed to trace our silhouette, and then we go back in with charcoal and pencil and graphite to create a scenario. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I won an Oscar?
I love that. I love the shading in that too. That's beautiful. The charcoal.
That's what I mean. I look at it and I see it's like it's very amateur hour, but I like it because it's very naive. I've brought these dogs.
I know it's bothering you more than us, I think.
I mean, it depends on who wants to write a nasty note later on about it.
Oh.
That happens.
And Galen wants to know, are those red lips behind you new?
Yeah, actually there was some Valentine's Day candy in it. I found it at TJ Maxx and I liked it because it was very Salvador Dali to me, with the surrealist movement. So I just thought it was just.
It's very Vanessa to me. It's very on brand for you. The red.
Yeah,
lip.
I liked it. So I got it. I didn't really much care for the candy that was in it. It was like some sour gummy lips, but I really wanted the tin. I thought it was very cool.
Oh, cute.
So, yeah.
Sabine says, sometimes when I'm watching how happy you all are with your bags and stationery, I feel like I finally found sisters I knew I never had. I never knew I had. Aw. We're all
Yeah,
here
yeah.
for you, Sabine.
All that shit makes me happy. All of it. I just love it.
I know. I know. I am such a crazy person, Sabine. Here's a real crazy thing, and I'm pissed because I'm not pissed actually because we were going to talk about Pegan Awl today, but remember when I showed my Polaine bag a few weeks ago? It had just come in the mail, and I haven't really shown it, but I literally ordered that bag after I had credit with Yoast, and he was having his Blue Monday sale or something like that. And I got the Cognac Aurora in the ebonite. It's like a brown. He just finally shipped it. And Annabelle did an architect grind on it. And I don't have any architect grind nibs in my entire collection. So I love my Aurora. I only have my, starts with the T one. Anyways, it's over here. Somebody help me out. What's this one? Why can't I remember this? No, V. What is this? I'm losing my mind. I have this, and I also have Galen just got it, so she's going to come up with the name for me because she's here. And this is my other Aurora. Anyways, now I have the ebonite one coming, and I'm really excited. But it's called Cognac, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. My Polaine bag is Cognac, and my pen is Cognac.
Oh.
And what did I do? I went and I ordered the Graffon Faber-Castell Cognac ink so I could have it. Thank you. My goodness. I even said tea.
Perfect.
Not even a tea. It's Volterra. Thank you. Thank you. Don't turn 50, anybody.
Well, that's going to happen. So
yeah, no, 50s are great. I'm loving my 50s. I just can't recall nouns. My mom's like, the nouns go first. Good to know.
Great.
Anyways, so now I have my Cognac bag, and my Cognac pen will arrive tomorrow, and my Cognac ink. And in my weird brain, that makes me so happy. So happy.
So you're going to need to show that like with a glass of Cognac. You have to put the real thing in there too.
Yes. In fact, I should drink a glass of Cognac while I'm doing a haul and sharing everything to YouTube, because I want to do a what's in my bag. So I have to have the pen in the bag, and anyways, those are the that's the way my brain thinks, and I'm not proud of it, but it is my truth.
And even if you present it and you might slur your words just a little bit, that's okay.
It's okay. By the end of the video, we'll all, yes, menopause brain is real. And I have Hashimoto's too. So thyroid brain is also bad. So it's like a double whammy to me, but I'm medicated for that.
Thank goodness for meds. Don't turn 50. BC alternative. That's true. I mean, I actually like being alive. So
I'm very happy in my 50s. I just mean that, like it does stink a little bit. Oh, and this I think is really cute in my little Pippin. This is going to be my Lumpy journal. I've decided I'm going to draw pictures of Lumpy, because he's the only thing that is close to me every time I feel like sketching. I never know what to sketch, but Lumpy's always nearby in a different position. And and my pens are always nearby. So I'm like, well, he'll be a perfect thing to just sketch and just do a whole book of Lumpy. So I got this little brown book.
That's a wonderful idea.
In my little Pippin. So thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for helping me spend more money.
Of course. Anytime. That's what I'm here. I'm here to help. Yeah. No, Pegan Awl has my heart. I absolutely love Pegan Awl stuff, and I don't think I'll ever not tune in for an of a kind. I might not buy something every time, but I'll definitely be there to admire whatever it is that she makes and puts out there. So it's very
beautiful
cool
stuff. I also have that pencil pouch too, and I think I have it in the color of your Sendak. It wasn't from the other kind. It's just when I moved rooms and had to move everything out of here, I couldn't get my hands on it. But I would be curious for anybody who is not hosting a live show right now in the comments, if you would look up like what the Pippin costs versus
that's actually
your labor. I think this is the extra small. So I'm going to keep my watercolor supplies here, my on the go ones. Because I had them in my Dagny Dover bag and it was too much. There was too much junk in there. I couldn't sift through. I need my pouch, whatever sketchbook I'm working on. I need to like less is more in that case. But this is where I keep all of my travelers.
And it fits all those journals.
This is awesome for my traveler's notebooks.
Yeah,
I love
that's great.
Speaking of traveler's notebooks and spending money, this is bad. We're off to a bad start just talking about this. But did anybody? I posted on my stories that they had the United States, the release
I saw
of the road trip. I hope you all. I didn't have a link. I was so excited. I got mine and then I wanted to share it, but I did notice that the clip sold out pretty quickly, but the notebook cover was around for a while because my girlfriend came home that night and bought one like 4 or 5 hours later. But the next day they were sold out. But
that's all I wanted. I only wanted the clip from it, but then I was like, I had to spend so much to get it, and I was like,
well,
I just was like, do I really need? I have 2 of the clips, but yeah, I would have liked to have had that clip because it's very cute. But I was like, oh, it's okay.
I'm not convinced we won't see it again anyways, because they were nice enough to do a re-release because that was just, I think, for their tour where they stopped at certain shops and they did like a road trip theme and then the crowd went crazy. Okay, thank you.
So we have a price.
Carmen, that's for this superior labor size, or is that, I don't even remember what I paid for this, or for the Pippet? I feel like that's for the Pippet.
I think I want to say the Pippet was close to 200, if I'm not mistaken.
It was that much.
I don't remember.
For the Pippet, yeah, 118 for the Pippet.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
It's for all the other shit you put in your cart, Vanessa.
That was all the other shit I put in there because I got a couple of pouches too, so maybe that's what.
This was 118, and then the superior labor is definitely more money than that.
Yeah, it's because the superior. See, I still haven't bought a superior labor engineer bag yet. I don't know. I just can't I can't bring myself to do it. They're very, very cute, but I feel so much like I'm paying for the brand than the superior labor label. If that makes sense.
You know, the engineer pouches are not that bad. You can get an engineer pouch for like $35.
No, those are reasonable.
You're talking about the bag.
Yeah, those are reasonable. But then I'm like, I'm talking about the bag, the little bag up to the big bags. I'm just like, I just, plus Pegan all makes that nice big. And I meant to bring one in here. It's their
larger tote.
It's a nice kind of utility bag. It has all kinds of pockets. Yeah, it's like their tote bag, and they're very nice. And they're, those to me are more reasonable than getting, the superior labor, which those can run up to like $300, $400 for.
Yeah, their prices. I have had certain bags from the superior labor in the cart for months at a time and never pulled the trigger on it. Although now, if Jay's, excuse me, maybe when I went to Japan and I was in Tokyo, I did not see any like superior labor shops. I think that they had some superior labor pieces at the Travelers Company shops, but they didn't. The petite tote in Bamkuen is $220. Yeah, it's like $100 more. That's to your point.
Is that how you say that? You said Bamkuen. I always look at that and I say bomb kitchen.
I used to say
what
bomb
it looks
kitchen.
Like.
If anybody knows the real pronunciation,
that's what it looks like. Bomb kitchen.
Michelle got one.
I'm definitely not the person you want to pronounce this stuff. Got one.
Am I. Oh, I had somebody leave me a message that said my grammar was so awful that they could not get through the video. They could not listen to me speak because my grammar was so terrible. I said, don't worry, you never have to listen to me again because I'm going to block you. I said,
they said that to you?
Channel. Yeah, that was a comment on Lori's Boston Found.
Oh my gosh, it was so rude. Bomb kuchen. Oh, okay. Like bomb cake. Bomb
Like
cake.
bomb
Well, if the
cake.
word cake is in that, that sounds good.
Bomb cake? That's how you pronounce it, Anne?
I don't. I think it's Bomb Kuchen. I don't know. In my mind says Bomb Kitchen. So
Yeah.
it's just, yeah.
That would be fascinating if it's been cake. I've been saying, yes, I just said, you don't ever have to listen to my poor grammar again because I'm going to block you after you read my comment. So I'm leaving it for a
So
little
rude.
while and then I'll go back and block the person.
Gosh,
You have
I
to
mean,
let
that's
things
just so
roll.
ugly.
7 years
Oh,
on YouTube.
definitely.
I used to
It's
be
just like,
so
why?
reactive
How
and
would you say
sensitive.
that? Like, why would you
Mm,
say that to somebody you don't even know? It's just, must be a very miserable person. That's
right.
just the
Oh,
only.
that's what I said. I said it's I'm always amazed by the keyboard warriors or something about like you're so brave behind a keyboard to criticize
You're
somebody else
so
who's like
brave.
so brave. Okay.
Yeah.
The CH part in is hard to describe. Oh. Oh, that's
Oh,
the
the translation is
translation.
cake.
Okay.
Okay, so it's okay.
Okay. Susie says Baumkuchen. I'm only pronouncing it how I've heard other people say it. That's not
Okay, yeah,
my
that's what I don't. That's what I've never heard anyone else pronounce it. I just see it what what I'm seeing on the emails and what I see on Instagram. But
yeah.
I'm like I have no idea how. That's why when you said it, like, is that how you say it?
Maybe they'll
Because
come on the show and they can tell us how to say it.
yeah,
They'd
can
be
you
a fun person.
properly
Keyboard gangsters, Gene. You got it.
keyboard
Favorite storage items.
gangsters?
It's true. I
I
found
mean,
a
my
shop in the
gosh,
Netherlands who had Euraleaky pen cases. That's another thing I keep looking
is
at,
that
and I
that
don't want.
really soft canvas?
Yes, and I'm so
Oh
happy.
yeah.
The Hobonichi drawer pouch for my work bag. Oh, is that the one that flips open and you can store your stuff upright? It's kind of it seems like it's about the same size as these, but they zip over. I think it's a new item,
Oh,
Sabine.
cool. Oh.
I might be, yeah, it's always nice to find storage. I feel like when I look for storage now, I'm looking for lightweight things. That's why the Ann Lieb and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly either. And also the Euraleaky pen case, Euraleaku. Those two pen case brands are the ones that I've been eyeing because they're so lightweight. I feel like I love leather so
Yeah.
much. And then my
Yeah.
shoulder, I need physical therapy after walking, with stuff in my bag.
Right.
Oh, and you finally
Yeah.
got the Galen 12 pen case. Got one last year. And I think Wendy Sue that you have the Ann Lieb. I've been looking at but they have a leather version too. Yeah, I love floppy canvas, soft when it comes to, as long,
That's what
yeah,
it's
just,
very floppy.
yeah. All right. So do we want to
It's the
shift gears
only
and talk
thing in
about,
life that should be floppy.
right. Do we want to talk about the
I'm just
37
saying.
Jinhao 10s we bought over the past 4 days?
And I
Every day
still have
Vanessa sends me the
more.
pictures. What?
Yeah, I know. I had some delivered yesterday, and then and I showed some of those today on my Instagram, and then I have two more that should be coming. And today I should have a Mahjong
Oh, yeah.
A1 arriving. So yeah, it's I don't see a problem with it.
Oh, I think people get way too uptight about this. And
Oh,
as
people
many
get
people have pointed
so
out, this patent has been expired since 1986, friends. The patent is almost 40 years old. Expired 40 years.
yeah, yeah.
This is how I'm displaying mine right now. Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
Oh, you have, oh
This is just
wow.
a view.
You have
This is
yours
just
in
a
a
view.
very nice, fancy. Mine's in I just put mine in a rickshaw roller
I just wanted
case.
them to feel more upscale, Vanessa. I
I
didn't want them
understand
to
that.
feel cheap. I wanted them to feel like, look at my Jinhao 10s. No, I have my vanishing points in here too. I got a Mahjong in the mail, and that's one that I gave to Jay, and he has my gradation one too, and I'm pissed because he's on the road right now, and
He took it with
I
him.
don't have it in here. But
Yeah, that's what.
okay, we're going to call the next 5 minutes Jinhao Confessions. Let us know how many Jinhaos you've ordered since February 24th.
So I keep mine in the beautiful.
They're just peeking out. They're just peeking.
Yeah, They're peeking out, but it's like it's in that soft luxury, softest cases made in the world by Rickshaw. You know,
Rickshaw's amazing.
I wish Rickshaw would make a damn sleeping bag that I can lay in.
Right?
Seems like
Yeah.
it'd be so soft.
All right, so we're starting. Okay, so
I'll take mine out.
Wendy Sue and Lee is the bomb. Okay, I got to try them out. Shannon messaged me today. Okay, every single color of the Jinhao, but do you all know? I did not know this. If you look up is it okay if I share?
Sure, yeah.
So if you look up Zodiac on AliExpress, they have these cute little figures, like little faces, like I'm the year of the ox, 1973. That's my Zodiac, my Chinese Zodiac. Cute little cartoon. And it is just engraved on the side of any of the Jinhao 10s you want. You can get a dog. You can get a little snake. You can get a little, it says rat, but it looks like a cute little mouse, which is, I think, what Shannon got. And it's engraved on the back. And they're like $20. They're adorable.
Oh,
adorable.
Cool.
But you can only get those on AliExpress. All right, wait. We need to.
I'm a rabbit. I think mine was you're the rabbit.
I think the bunny rabbit had like one little ear up and one floppy. It was adorable.
Oh, how cute.
So Heather got her caramel Jinhao 10. It took about a month to come in. Worth it.
Yeah.
We love it.
Month.
That's a long time though.
Mine took a week.
Beautiful.
To get to me. Yeah.
This seems to be the hot one. You know what they need to they just need to make more with gold because I think a lot of people want gold. I know I want gold. This pink one is really pretty. You just
That's what I got this. Right? I got the same one.
So pretty.
Yeah, it's nice. It's real, and the gold is actually a rose gold.
It is a
compared to the other golds, which I thought it was just gold. But yeah, looking at it next to the gold, I was like, oh, this is a rose gold.
Oh yeah, nice. That's a good idea. I won't feel bad practicing nib grinding on them. There you go.
Yeah, no, not at all. That's what. So someone wrote on one of my posts today because I posted these pens, and somebody was like, only support pilot or something like that. I just read that. I was like, why?
I mean, I know Lena says the patent is for the mechanism, though, not for the design or the colorways. And for my taste, they're a bit too close to the original. Okay, that's fair. I mean, to each his own. That's what we say.
Yeah, to each his own.
The case costs more than the pens.
Yeah.
Four. How do you like the clipless, Kate? Jinhao is a white.
It just has like a little thing on it, like a roll stop on it, doesn't it? For the clipless.
I did see that orange gradient. That one's cool.
That one is on order. That one
you win. I ordered at least 20. Ooh.
Some will be gifts. That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I just think they've been really fun for me. And I got one that was
they are a lot of fun.
My white one came and it was an extra fine. And I put caramel cocoa shimmer, diamond cocoa shimmer in here.
Yeah.
So pretty. Because I feel like this is a little, I don't know if that's rose gold as well.
It kind of looks rose.
Yeah, because if you look at the regular gold, it is different.
Yeah, it's more rosier.
These are rose gold.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. I've just been having so much fun. And I have had a couple start to get a little dry because I had not had that experience yet.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly more about the ink than the pen.
Okay.
I think that the permanent inks don't do great in mine. I only speak for myself. A lot of people have said theirs have dried out. So I just want to put that out there in case people are wondering.
And I've been every day I've been testing them since I inked them, and they seem to keep writing. The only one I did have problems. So what I do have going on here is, all right. So I have 3 matte black pens. So this might be my return to YouTube. I don't know yet. Is a comparison of these 3 pens. So one of these is the Mahjong, one of these is a Jinhao, and one of these is a Pilot.
Wow.
So I'm going to cover up the center because that's how I could tell which is which.
Well, I know the one on your left is out because the Jinhao has the straight cap.
Right. So this is the Jinhao.
So now go to the last 2, the Mahjong and.
Let's see if I can straighten it up. So
I'm guessing the one on your right is the Pilot.
So
Am I
this one's the
wrong?
Pilot,
Oh, I'm wrong.
and this is the Mahjong. The
And that
Mahjong is
was my
actually
first
quite
vanishing
close.
point too, is the matte black.
Yeah, so this is the Mahjong has kind of a little
Oh, it has some
pattern on it.
texture. Cool.
Yeah. And then here's the Pilot. So for the haters, they're like, "Oh, you should buy Pilot." Well, I did buy this. I bought
Well,
this
I was
too.
just going to highlight Shannon's comment. I have spent enough on Pilot to be able to have both. I kind of feel the same way. I mean, I've
Same.
given thousands to Pilot. I'm not proud, but I mean, over the course of a few years and 2 823s and,
Yeah, that's
P95
what, yeah,
hats and
right.
several vanishing points. I mean, I have really given my heart to and I love Pilot. I love Pilot.
Yeah, I did too. And so what I did was, so this Pilot actually came with a black stub nib. So what I did, so it would be more like the other pens for a good comparison, is I took the fine nib from another vanishing point I have, and it's silver.
Mm-hmm.
And these also have the fine. So they're all fine nibs. One is this 18 karat gold, and the other two are stainless steel. So,
How's it going?
well, it's good. I mean, it's like, so there really isn't much variation between the width of the fine nibs. They all pretty much have the same line. So I just find that the Pilot nib is a little bouncier.
For sure. Yeah.
But that's
the
it.
18 karat.
Yeah.
But it's interesting when people talk about bounce versus no bounce or steel versus gold, because
Right.
in my experience, like, for example, I love platinum pens. I love the platinum nib. There's not a lot of bounce in a gold platinum nib.
No, it's like a nail.
But I love it. Like, I like the feedback. So I think if people don't like feedback, they don't like platinum, they don't like Sailor necessarily. I
Right.
like feedback. And then I have a lot of like Yovo nibs, like my Esterbrooks feel pretty damn bouncy, or my Leonardo steel nibs. They're all Yovo nibs.
Right.
But a lot of those are pretty bouncy and they're steel. So it's not necessarily gold versus steel. I think it's more the style nib, the cut of the nib,
Yeah.
the grind on it. You know what I mean? So it's fun. That's what's so fun about fountain pens, is you just have a different experience based on the nib, the paper,
Oh, definitely.
the way you hold a pen versus somebody else. It's so much fun.
Debbie is ordering a Mahjong and Jinhao as we speak.
Stop
Just
penabling.
stop penabling me.
You came to the wrong live, Debbie.
Yeah, you came to the wrong place, because Lori and I clearly have a problem, but I don't see it as a problem. So,
Debbie, tell us which ones you order. I'm curious. Sabine says Pilot never disappoints, but I don't think I'd leave it on my table in a shared
no,
office space. So why
absolutely
shouldn't we have
not.
fun trying different things? Maybe also for different occasions. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving like my Pilot vanishing point at work. And I think somebody even wrote to me and said that while they were out of town, I can't remember who it was, but their boss came and used their vanishing point and messed it up. And now they only carry the Jinhao
To work.
10s to work. And so for reasons like that, I could totally see not bringing my vanishing points to work and only leaving, using those. So,
I mean, especially some of the limited edition ones, which are
oh
just
gosh.
absurd. And then I've heard people do the opposite, which is when they travel, they want to have their good Pilot nib, but they don't want their whiskey body. So they bring their caramel body, which is $20, but they put their
Oh,
whiskey nib in. So they're not worried if, they're traveling, if it gets bumped around or whatever. And I mean, God
right.
forbid, if you wouldn't want to lose your gold nib either, but people want to have the same writing experience with their Pilot vanishing
Yeah.
nib, but
Well,
they put it in a Jinhao when
see,
they
that's
travel.
what I have. So pretty much, so my argument is pretty much you, no hate on the whiskey, because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But because it's a special color that was used on the vanishing point, it costs way more than a regular vanishing point. But then you're nervous about taking it out with you, or so nervous to take it out with you to travel that it'll get scratched and messed up, that you're willing to swap the barrel and clip
Right.
with
No,
that.
I mean, I hear what you're
So,
saying. I'm a person who likes to use my stuff. I'm not,
I
I've
am
had a
too.
lot of collections in my life, but I'm not somebody who puts things on a shelf and doesn't use it. Like I want
Oh
to enjoy.
yeah, same,
Yeah.
same. But
And
that's what I'm just
also,
kind
I
of
mean,
like,
I think we talked a little bit about this also with like the Lamy 2000, how everybody loved that evergreen that came out. If I'm not a big
yeah,
Lamy 2000 person, but I did like that green color.
right,
And they had the brown one that I would have loved a couple years ago, and they double and triple the price of it just for a colorway.
right. For a color, like why don't I just, you could get like right now on Gold Spot, you can go get the nib replacement for under $100.
Can you really?
Yes, you can, because I ordered another one, another black one, because I'm not really happy with the stub that came with.
Oh,
So
okay.
I went back on there for about $95. I got another nib unit in
Mhm.
medium, and I'm like, why couldn't I just get a $20
Body.
barrel? Yeah, and
Mhm.
put the nice nib in there.
See, we're still
I
supporting
mean,
Pilot too by doing that.
yeah. So
Mhm.
haters,
Well, and I guess this is
haters.
more of this is just like food for thought. How does everybody feel about these companies price gouging? I mean, so I'll say it's their design. They can do what they want
Yeah,
with it. I
yeah.
mean, I think there was when that whole scandal came out about Dior, when they found like people, they say they're made in Italy, but they basically had like a sweatshop in
Oh,
Italy.
that's right.
Yes, where
Oh,
people
that's
had, like,
right.
makeshift beds under the table, and they
That's
had, like,
horrible.
overflowing, like, cigarette butts in a dirty ashtray, like, right next to your Christian Dior book bag that was and I think they were making the book bag, which I
Thousands
think
of dollars.
thousands of dollars, and
Thousands of dollars.
it was estimated that those bags cost $56 to make. So
Get
they're
out of
saying
here.
made in Italy, they're charging $2,500 for a fabric bag, but it is their name. So again, they have every right to charge whatever they want, but how does everybody feel about people who are basically, really price gouging and taking advantage of like these limited edition colors and that sort of way? Isn't, is it only natural that competitors are going to come out with, you know, the Jinhao 10 in a similar colorway? And I like that they didn't try to do it exactly like the whiskey. Like it's much more caramel, more orange, when you put them side by side. They don't like it. Somebody could really like this and not
Right.
like the darker.
They
I
kind
mean,
of and it's funny is like when you showed those two pens on the last episode with Julia here. It's funny, and that's like her handle, Julia
I
here.
know. It's so clever, isn't it?
Roll credits.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I was like, the sunset one is actually, in my opinion, prettier than the whiskey one, which I was like, I know that's, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm thinking that. But I was
No,
like,
I mean,
I
the
think it's
whiskey
actually
one is
kind of
like the
prettier.
darker shade of brown. So
Yeah,
like the
it's like
caramel
darker.
feels a little bit warmer, a little bit. No, I mean, I love the caramel. I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is really interesting. Tom says he doesn't care for the Pilot VP stubs. I haven't tried a stub. It seems like a stub nib would be interesting in that body.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't, I just remember because I have another stub that I got with another pen. And I remember when I got this stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I don't really like the stub on the vanishing point. So yeah, I was like, well, I saw that the nib replacements were still on sale. In fact, the vanishing points on Gold Spot, and I think also on Pen Chalet and Drongles, I think it's 176 right now. They're like 20% off everywhere.
Wow.
So
Well,
over
this happened in the luxury handbag space where people stopped once a lot of these scandals came out, and like the Balenciaga scandal with their
oh
marketing
yeah,
campaign. So once
right.
a lot of that stuff was out there, a lot of people stopped. I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't buy Pilot. I'm not saying that about Pilot. Like there have been no scandals. I just mean
No, and
luxury
I love Pilot.
handbags really have taken a hit, and there's like lowering their price for the first time ever. You're seeing like
Yeah,
Chanel lower prices, which is kind of unheard of because they've just been
yeah.
increasing more and more since the pandemic. But I wonder, have sales for Vanishing Points slowed down at like our favorite shops? because of the Jinhao. Like, actually, I was on, okay, so my husband's going to be in Japan. So I was on the Itoya website, and they have so many vanishing points in so many colors, and they're beautiful. And I literally keep a window open where I do yen to USD. Like, just I'm constantly trying to see what the conversion rate is. So, for
Right.
example, like the platinum celluloid 3776, like in all the beautiful celluloid ones, they're like 450-ish or 425.
Yeah.
So when you do the conversion rate in Japan, it's like 320. And that's just like their
Okay.
price. It's just that much. It's about $100 less to buy it in Japan for the exact same pen. So I'm not talking about special editions or anything like that. But as I was
Right.
looking at all the vanishing points, I would click on it and do the conversion. And even with the conversion, sometimes it would only be like 130. And I'm like, well, I don't like it for 100. In like 6 months ago, I would have been like, oh, that's a good price for that. And
Right.
now I think I would probably just buy a Jinhao, like purple and like colors that I wouldn't normally buy for myself. I mean, I would buy a purple pen for myself, but like things that I would be a little bit more experimental with than investing in. Like, I really don't need another vanishing point for
Right.
the rest of my life. So from now on, I will probably get Jinhao 10s because I have enough vanishing points that I can swap the nibs and have some
Yeah.
fun with it. So I wonder if vanishing point sales are going to be hit, because I personally think this is the best dupe out there. And I
I
know that
agree with that.
there are some other opinions. Actually, I saw somebody, and I'm sorry I'm not getting to all the comments, but Jean said, I just got an AdMock M800. Looks basically just like a Pelican, and it writes better than my Mont Blanc, but it's $35 on AliExpress. I have zero shame regarding dupes. So I have
Yeah,
not
that's
tried that.
nice.
So I don't know how it would compare to an M800. Like when I'm, and just like I don't think the Jinhao 82 really compares to the Pro Gear Slim. Like, you can't duplicate the Sailor nib on
Right.
a
Right.
Jinhao, in my opinion.
Right.
But for whatever reason, they did a really damn good job with this steel nib.
They did. It's like, so every single one of these Jinhaos that have arrived, they write really good. I mean, real nice. And they write very nice on Cosmo Air paper as well.
I haven't tried
So,
any of that.
yeah, I mean, it's so, and I even did, like, someone wrote earlier and they were like, what, so what's the comparison between like a Pilot fine nib and a Jinhao fine nib? And I did a quick writing sample and I said, this is the difference. They all look the same.
They all look the same. I kind of found like a couple of mine felt like they wrote a little more broad. I only have one. Maybe I have two fine nibs in my vanishing point. I have a white Decimo that I'm really not going to reach for a lot now. But that I bought in Japan, and it was only
Yeah.
$90 in Japan when I got it. And I just rearranged all of my drawers, so I'm having a hard time. But this is a fine nib, and I find that this fine nib feels more fine than the Jinhao nibs.
Oh, okay.
The
And that's what
unit
they were
fine.
asking. They were like, is the Jinhao like a Japanese fine? And I was like, no. I said it's kind of more on the fine nib side. And that's why I was like, well, I actually have all three inked up. I'll just write it down real quick and show what it is. And I was like, they actually kind of look very similar to me.
Those all looked
So
similar, and they looked like juicy. So funny
yeah, they
enough,
are
this,
juicy.
which I held up earlier, this is the only extra fine that I got.
Yeah.
And I actually ordered an extra fine accidentally. And the cocoa shimmer from Diamine, with all that shimmer, was juicy, juicy, juicy. Like,
Really?
and with the rose gold and the copper, like the cocoa shimmer, it was just so beautiful. And then today in the mail from Atlas, I got the Wearing Gold Purgatory ink. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry, this one. And I feel like this is a drier ink, and I didn't love it as much in this pen. It felt like an extra fine nib with this ink,
Oh, okay.
which is kind of
Okay.
ironic because you would think that anything with a shimmer might
Right. Might
a
slow
little
it
bit
down
more
a
trouble
bit.
getting out.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I actually, I love the color of this ink. You know what? I want to put this in my Scribo Orifici that I got at the Dutch Pen Show, because it's kind of like this,
It has that color scheme, doesn't it? Like
yeah, that kind of like purpley little, like I think it would be beautiful in the and this is a broad flex nib. So I'm going to put
mm,
it in here. and check that out. But yeah, it's like anything that they're experimental. But yeah, that was my experience with the inks.
Well, I think that's what I love about, these cheaper pens is, it's the experimentation you can do. I feel so much more comfortable. Like for instance, this Asvine, that's a
Oh, I
Pilot
love that
knockoff as
frosted
well.
one. I
So
might have
yeah,
to
this
get.
is the frosted one, and so I put the Ken. Shoot, I can't think of the name of the ink. It's a J. Bond shimmer ink, and I feel
Okay.
more comfortable putting a shimmer ink in this
Shogun.
than
Did you put Shogun in there?
Shogun. That's what it
Yes.
is. Shogun. Thank
Yes.
you. I was trying
Mhm.
to think of the Kenzo
Yeah.
Takata,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
fashion designer, but it's very beautiful ink. And this is a medium nib, and it doesn't ruin the flow or anything. I mean, it's nice, and it's a nice juicy writer, and it really brings out that shimmer. And this pen was like $28.50 plus tax.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty impressed with this. This is a
That's one I need to
this is
try
a
out. I
good
mean, I
one.
feel like I owe it to the people to try them all out. Chris
The
says,
Asvine people.
"Hi, it's difficult because I don't like dupes, but I don't want to have to pay double price for such a nice color,
Right. See, and
for
that's
the new
kind of
platinum."
I'm in the same boat with you,
Mhm.
Chris,
Yeah.
Cree.
I don't love dupes either. I've tried it, but like, for some people, I don't think this hobby should be so much about who can buy the most expensive pens. Like, it's just
Right.
not what it's about, you know?
Right.
And I did see some questions coming up for the new platinum, and I did order it. And so
Did you?
that is the opposite end of the spectrum,
Right.
like a
Yeah.
ridiculously priced item, which I would not have paid for out of pocket, but I ordered it with Atlas credit.
Oh, that's nice.
So
That's really
that's
nice.
how I got it. But
Well, I just don't think that, yeah, I think a lot of pen collectors, they have all kinds of different pens in their collection, from, a Pilot Kakuno, to a Mont Blanc. I don't think you have to like put yourself in a box to enjoy
definitely not.
writing, and I just don't think it's right for people to, if someone wants to spend their money on a bunch of Jinhaos and enjoy writing with them, I don't think it's right for someone to go
After
and
them.
yeah, and wag their finger at them like you should be supporting Pilot instead of Jinhao. It's like, but that's really none of your damn business,
Yeah.
And so I think that makes the hobby too snobby. It shouldn't be
Mhm.
a snobby hobby.
It's not a
Snobby hobby.
snobby hobby,
I'm like
a
Dr.
hobby
Seuss.
lobby. Um, no, I agree. I mean, I feel like I'm all over. I go from
I'm
exactly what
just,
you said,
yeah,
the
same.
Kakuno to Mont Blanc and a lot in between, and it's a good
Yeah,
time,
that's
man.
right. Heather, don't yuck other people's yums.
Yeah.
That should be a sticker.
I
Don't
just
yuck
think
other people's yums.
I feel like it's very, niche in the pen community because,
Right.
like with clothing and stuff, fashion gets reinvented and people are inspired
Constantly.
from things constantly,
Yes.
all the time. I mean, and nobody, I mean, I think with handbags, sometimes it conjures up some, bitterness or whatever, but like you can
Right.
take something as simple as like jeans, like should nobody buy anything because, and I don't even know if this is a fact, so don't come at me, but because Levi's made the first jeans, every other jean maker that's ever existed, should
Right.
be scolded because they copied Levi's. Like it just
Exactly.
is what it is. It's just the way things go.
Right. I mean, so Arc Boy,
Yes,
I'm
this
just seeing
too.
this.
People have different size budget.
Yeah.
Not everybody can get a
So Arc
Pilot.
Boy's
So
most expensive pen is under $60. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We all have different levels of pens. Like some of us, our Grail pen is like, you know, I used to have a Grail pen that's like, it's the ST DuPont from Paris with Love. I mean, that'll always be a pen that I will drool over. But this is like a $5,000 pen. It's
mhm.
ridiculous. I'm not a
Mm.
rich person. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
you could spend more money, like in the video that I just did, I said, you can buy a pen that costs more than your car, and I think I don't know if it was a
yeah,
Waltman or I just went on, some website, and it was a $21,000 pen. Or you can buy
insane.
a pen that costs less than your cup of coffee, and I mean, that's with anything. Like,
Right,
some I can't imagine spending a ton of money on a watch. It's not my thing,
right. Some
but
people it is. I mean, but yeah, I
some
think
people it
that's
is, and they have multiple watches, and it's
right.
just like, I don't know, everybody has their thing. I would rather, well, Jay, so we've been actually talking about like travel and stuff, and there was Jay, if he goes over a certain amount of hours, he can fly business class, but then when I travel with him, I'm going to be in coach. And then he's like, well, do you want to sit with me? We'll have to spend an extra insert whatever absurd number. And I'm like, hell no, I will sit and coach, and I will take even half of that and buy myself a present when we get to
Right,
California. That's how I think. Somebody else may want to
right.
travel in luxury and have somebody serve them champagne while they fly.
See,
I
I
would
think that's
rather do a
silly.
wish
We're all going to
list.
the same place.
I would rather go to Baum Kuchen when I get to
Exactly,
California
and
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 spend my
drop that
budget
money
there.
there. Exactly. But that's the
Yes.
way I see it too. Like on an airplane, it's like so they're flying first class. I'm flying coach, and I'm thinking they spent like thousands of dollars
Good for
pretty
them.
much to go to the same place I'm going. We're all going to get there at the same time. We all have to taxi down the runway and all that stuff. And that's, and I kind of see that as, I that's actually how I see a lot of things. It's like,
But again, like, no shame to them. If that's what they want to
no,
spend
not
their
at
money on,
all.
go
If
for
I
it,
was if
right?
I was
That's how I
filthy
feel about
rich
my
and I had
pen.
money coming out my ass like that, I'd probably spend it on first class
And
tickets.
most
Why
of the
not?
people are flying through business, because my husband would not spend it out of his own pocket. He spends it because
Right.
it's through work. So that doesn't
Right.
even mean they have money coming out of their ass. That just means they might be
I
going
mean,
to
I
work.
wish I could have some money coming out of my ass and, I just shit money all the time and I could just whatever. I'll
I'm
buy
so
all
I
y'all
do
Jinhaos.
Jinhao 199019. I do own this pen, and
I
it's
do
not my
not own
favorite.
that pen.
So my thought on that, and I have it downstairs because when I cleaned this room out, I was embarrassed by the number of empty boxes I had in the closet. I wanted to like get them out of the room before Jay saw them. So so I started, because I'm going to do a big collection video, and then I'm selling a bunch. I just like, as I was cleaning this room, I was just like, nope, nope.
Yeah.
But the Jinhao 9019 is one I won't sell that. I'll probably give it away. For whatever reason, in my opinion, it's just a tad too chunky. It's just too I might be wrong. I might be wrong. So this is the X159, which is the same size as the 149 by Montblanc.
Right.
And I feel like this is a perfect size. Like, I love this. I think that the section of the 9019, it's more like it doesn't taper down. It just feels like it stays wide the whole way, and it's just not as comfortable for me. So I would say, if you have average size hands, which I think I do, it's a little uncomfortable for me. If you have small hands, it's going to be, I think, pretty uncomfortable. If
Yeah.
you have, big guy hands or whatever, then you'll probably love it.
Right.
It has the cartridge fits so much ink. It's almost like Twisby size cartridge inside that pen. It's huge. So it's
Really?
worth it because it's like 20 bucks. I mean, give it a
Yeah.
try. I used it for a while and I liked it. I got mine in I was going away with my girlfriends for the weekend, and I wanted to try the pen, and you could get a 4-pack for, you'd save money if you bought a 4-pack. So I bought 2 4-packs because I was going away with 6 of my girlfriends, and they all picked which ones they wanted. And I was left with 2. One, I think I gave away. The other one was the exact color of Celadon Cat, and it was transparent. So I
Oh,
just wanted
cool.
to try it with Celadon Cat. And I really enjoyed it for a while, but I just found that it was too big for me.
Mhm.
Long answer. I've seen some questions about, oh, see, Kate loves the 9019. Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, it's
Nikki tempered size.
emperor size. Is it really?
It's
That
big.
pen is
It is downstairs. I could go get it, but actually I don't want to because it's in a
no,
huge
it's fine.
bucket.
I have a good idea of how big it is because I'm like, well, gosh, what is bigger than the 149? And then it's like when I saw the Miki Emperor, so I was like, oh, that's quite a big pen
Yeah,
because
it's chunky.
I couldn't write with that. The Minky Emperor, it's so huge.
Hefty, chunky pen. Yes.
Chunky. I might have to just get one now just to
See, that's the fun of it. That's the fun
just
of
to
it now.
see. Yeah,
You can have fun with this. I got the 450, which I'm giving one to you, Vanessa.
right.
Oh, and shoot, I've been writing with it all day. It's a really juicy medium nib, and I
See,
really like it. It's just heavy. It feels
it's
cheap.
metal.
It feels like heavy metal. Like
Okay.
but it writes beautifully. I have the brushed silver with gold trim is the one that I
Oh,
kept from the
okay.
4-pack, and I'm sending you the purple one, and I'm giving my
Okay.
friend Marguerite the black and the gold. Um,
Nice.
but it writes. I have Cafe Crema, my fave Robert Oster in, and it writes so nicely. It's really beautiful. It's just a little heavy. It feels like a cheap heavy pen. So I
Yeah,
don't
it's
love it,
fine.
but it was $5. It was $5. I
I
got
mean,
4 of them
for
for
five
20.
dollars, come on, that's fun. It's something fun.
Do you find those larger pens hard to write? Wait, what did I just it's going fast. Oh,
Oh,
sorry, Trish. I'm trying to get
there
you
it
on there
is.
for any length of time. I mean, I can write with my 149. Like I'll do 3 journaling pages. I've done that 100 times in my morning pages with my 149 and my X159. I like this size, but it's
Yeah.
lightweight. Like I think if I'm using my Jane Austen, she's heavy. She's a heavy girl. Baby's got back.
He's big boned.
Yeah, this is heavy. But you don't write with the you don't post this.
No,
And
I
that's
don't
not heavy.
post.
That's
I
not
just
heavy.
don't, it doesn't feel comfortable to post to me. I mean, like, well, I post like this little guy right here. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is the Jinhao, what is this? The Jinhao something.
That the 82 maybe?
Yes, 82. Thank you. I can't,
Mhm.
there's so many numbers. If they have like fancy little names, I could probably remember it a little easier
Yeah.
than all these numbers. So, but yeah, this one I do post. Um, this one last week when I posted all these little pens, someone wrote they were just like really nasty about these. Just
So
I
funny.
that's
Isn't
what
it
I
funny
said.
what triggers people?
I
Life's too
mean, it's
short.
yeah, it was weird.
Decide use the
I just
pens you
was
like.
like, well, that's what I told her.
Can
I was
you
like, listen,
imagine? Can you
I
imagine?
just said, please unfollow me. And she did. So
What was her issue? That it was a Jinhao?
yeah, well, that's what I said. She's like, "Oh, these are." I mean, just lots of negativity. Like, "Oh, they're crap and they break and this and that. And the nibs not up to my standards." And I said, "Well, I don't see it that way. I see it as a fun pen that you can play with and tinker and put different inks in and give it away to someone who might be interested in pens but not spend a bunch of money." And they just went, "Why would you want to give a pen that could break to somebody that's new to the hobby?" I said, I think they would be happy getting a free pen. I was just like, what is your problem? That's what I said. Damn, lady, you are sour.
You
And
said that? Yeah.
yes, because it was just like, what is wrong with you? Just get the fuck out. Oh, sorry, get out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't cuss at her, but because I have to, you can only control, you can't control what happens really, but you can control the way you react to it. There's
Yeah.
a little bit of stoicism for you guys.
Yeah.
But that's what I had to take a step back and I was like, okay.
In the
I
words
just
of my 23-year-old, it's not that deep. That's what she'll say to me. Like if I'm getting upset about something, she'll say, "Mom, it's not that deep. Just move on." And I'm like, you're right. This is
that's
not
very
that deep.
smart,
We're talking about
very
pens. It's not
wise.
that deep. Like
And,
just move on.
and
Yeah.
Angelina's very wise saying that.
Right?
So
Um,
yeah. But don't get me wrong, I did want to lay into her. I really did. And I stopped myself trying to control that,
yeah. Yeah.
trying to be a
Just
nicer person.
yeah, there are some miserable people. We can't help that. Um, I'm seeing a lot of comments on, I think I saw some stuff on like the Pilot Falcon or the 912. The
Oh
912 is
yeah.
something that I'm considering having
I
Jay pick
have
up.
it. It's good.
What are
The
your
912.
thoughts?
I mean,
Worth
the
it?
912, it's a very austere pen. You know, it doesn't have a fancy design or anything. It's your basic pilot pen. But with the Falcon nib, you know, it's the Falcon's nice because the ink it feels like it keeps up with the flex.
Mhm.
And on my Falcon nib, I even went as far as to I got an ebonite feed from it's a company just outside of Dallas, and I put an ebonite feed in it just to make it even wetter. And it's really nice if you really want a nice flex nib. The Falcon is a good nib to get for
Okay.
sure.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you did that because I think I watched a video with Pens and Tea, and she did the same thing. She put an ebonite
She did it.
tea on her
Yeah.
912, and it's like her favorite pen to write with.
Yeah. I mean, it's, and Flexible Nib Factory. Thank you, Sabine. That's who I got it from. And
Ooh,
they had
wonderful.
a red ebonite feed. So I put a red ebonite feed in it to make it, yeah, just you put a little pop of color in there. It's
So
real,
here's
real
a
nice.
question, Vanessa, you might know the answer to, or somebody in the chat. When you are talking about the 912 with the Falcon
Mhm.
nib, how is that different than like the traditional, the Falcon pen, like the red pen with the Falcon nib? Is it the
Um,
same? Or is that the
I,
FA nib? And is
I, I think
there a
that,
difference?
is there a difference between the FA and the Falcon, or are they the same?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they are different
They are
animals.
different.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the difference?
I thought so.
What if I don't have a Falcon nib this whole time? I've had something
The
else.
FA nib on the 912, like that is like I feel like I need to I did try a couple out at the pilot table at
Okay, so I must have the FA nib. If so, Sabine says the Pilot Falcon does not really flex, but the nib I have flexes. I mean, it
okay, wait a
is,
second. The Pilot Falcon does so, but the 912 with the FA nib does flex.
yes,
Very different.
it
See?
makes beautiful if you want to flex and make beautiful handwriting. It does very nice.
Falcon nib is the FA nib.
Okay,
There's a
so I
size
have the
10 and a
FA
size
nib.
15. FA
Okay,
nib on the 912 flexes better. Okay, so this is what I
yes.
think I'm gonna have Jay get me, even though it's a
Okay.
boring ass pen.
It's a
But
boring pen, but
oh,
the nib is so much fun to play with, and you could draw with it, make all kinds of cool line variations and shit. If you want to like get it fancy, you could like send it off to Buckamundo to do their
can I
thing to
just
it, you
say
know?
this Asvine pen is the bomb. Like I'm just writing with it right now. It's so juicy. I love it.
That's what both. So I only have two Asvines, and
Falcon isn't.
and they are both very juicy and they're great. And I think I'm going to get another one of these. This is the vacuum fill 126.
Oh, V126.
So yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm going to get it in the not frosted. So have
I
the
wrote down a
frosted
bunch of pens
demonstrator.
that people recommended in my 50, 10 pens under 50, like what their favorite
Oh,
pen
that's a
under
good idea.
$50 was. So I just went through the
Yeah.
comments and I wrote down some so I could try them out. And that one was definitely
Yeah.
mentioned.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Like I think I'm definitely going to get another one of these.
Okay.
And the
There's a
price
lot of
is actually on Amazon and AliExpress, they're about the same. So if you want it faster, get it on Amazon.
and you're saying like under 30 for
Yeah,
that.
right.
Okay. FA nib on the
Yeah.
912 is flexible. Falcon isn't technically referred to as flex, but it does give line variation.
Okay.
Yes. The older design Falcon Ilabo has a curved bump. FA means Falcon, but it's flatter. I knew there was like some controversy.
Okay.
The smaller size Pilot FA nib on the 912 tends to have more line variation than its larger brother and can occasionally be had on the 820. Oh, then
Okay.
its larger brother then can occasionally be had on the 823. Okay. We love the Asvine. I
As
just had an FA
fine.
modified to Spencerian by Gina. Oh, fun. Oh my gosh, the donkey vines. That is great. We need to call it the donkey vine now
Donkey vines.
instead of the Asvine. 126.
That's cute.
Just reviewed the Asvine C2000.
Okay, yeah, someone keeps telling me I've got to get the C2000. That's the one that's made out of wood, right? So
I bought that one because I heard so many great things about
that's what I
it.
keep hearing good things about, but the way it looks doesn't appeal to me.
And
Just
that's the trouble. I'm feeling like it's a little big. I got the green wooden one because I'm
okay.
kind of like trying to experiment. I don't love how big Asvine is on the top. It's kind of like a flat top with a cigar bottom.
Yeah, it's like kind of like two different pen
I'm struggling with
designs.
it, but everybody loves it.
That's
Everybody
what
loves it,
everybody
and I
keeps
haven't
telling
done
me
a
I need to
review
get
on
it.
it because I didn't love it myself personally, but so many people love it. You know who really loves it is he's a nice guy. Fountain pen therapy, Vincenzo. He's a fellow Paisan, so I like the Italians in the community. So Vincenzo, he loves it. He thinks it's his
Okay,
pen of the year. He is really into like Hongdians and stuff. So
right.
you can check that out.
Okay, yeah. That just not, I
It
just
has
haven't.
drying issues and the flat top and bottom is curved. That
Okay.
okay. Yeah, no, no, no.
Well, and it costs a little more. It's in your more expensive parts of Asvine pens. Like it's a
It
little
does.
higher,
It
and
had appealed to me because it was wooden, like it had so I wanted to give that a try, and again,
yeah,
it was a colorway that I didn't typically buy, and I've been looking at some green pens lately, so I like the look of it when the cap is off. I think the Asvine label has to be much smaller in my humble opinion, and
right.
I think I would like it better as, like, a cigar like, I like the cigar-shaped stuff that, like, kind of is, it goes flush the whole way. I love
hmm
that.
hmm
So even without like the bump out, it's flush the whole way. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, but people do love that. So I don't want to taint it. I want people to try
No,
it
I'm
out
not.
for
I'm not
themselves.
tainted. I mean, Jean here. Oh, thank you, Pam. I love you too. Lots of love. Mwah.
See, C2000 writes like butter. Wendy Sue, I'll check that out. Thank you.
But yeah, rice
Um,
like butter. I mean, I'm tempted. I am very tempted to get it, but I'm just not crazy about the way it looks.
yeah, you know what? I
So
can always send it to you and you could try. I mean, I'm not using it, so
I just
I'm
try
gonna
it
send it
out.
to you when I send you the Jinhao. Just see
Okay.
if you like it. I mean,
Yeah, because I'm just like, I don't know.
I think I
That's
got a
like,
medium nib. Yeah, I
okay.
love Vincenzo. He seems like he's having a blast in his videos. I love seeing all the different age diversity groups and the YouTube fountain pen. Yeah, I think he's a really interesting guy. He's a litigator. He's an attorney. And
Oh,
so this is like his playtime. You know what I mean? And he said in a previous video I watched that he has over 500 pens. And he's just like, sorry, not sorry. Like I'm not getting rid of any of them. I love them. And he takes like 5 pens out of the archives every week and he like resurrects them, like ones that he hasn't used in a
yeah.
while. And he reviews what's new. I don't know. I think he seems like he's a very positive guy too. I enjoy
Yeah.
his stuff.
I'll have to
But
check
he's
him
definitely
out.
like more into the male aesthetic pens that I don't always like connect with. But I
Yeah.
have been exploring more of the Hongdians and things like that. So I've been interested in yeah, Vincenzo's the one who introduced me to the C2000 because he's the reason I bought mine too, truth be told, because he was
But
so
the C
excited about
thousand,
it.
it seems it's a very masculine looking pen to me.
Well, it's definitely on the larger size. So
Okay. Yeah, it's something I don't know. It just kind of looks masculine to me, so I
all
don't
right,
know if
hold
that
on.
has
I'll
something
be
to do
right
with
back.
it.
Hold on. I'm
Okay.
gonna see if it's close.
Oh, is my phone ringing? So, what do you guys want to talk about while she runs out of the room?
Oh, yeah.
I'm wearing my knife earrings, just so y'all know.
This is how bad I am. I had a viewer from my other channel who bought this lovely like pen case for me
Uh-huh.
and sent it to me with a letter, and I want to write her back, and this was months ago, so I saved all of her information because I am an awful correspondent. For someone who loves to write so freaking much, you think I'd be better about sending letters.
I'm the same. People try to get me to pen pal with them. I'm like, dude,
I
I was
could
like,
never.
I appreciate it. I said, but I am the worst pen pal ever because
I'm
I'm just all
awful.
over the place. And I don't, I honestly,
So
I
these are
just
all the
don't.
pens I'm selling.
Oh,
Um, Here it is.
okay.
I don't like the clip. I don't like
Yeah,
that little
that's an
design.
interesting little design.
Like
It's not
if I go like
horrible.
this, I think the pen is really pretty. Really
Yes.
pretty. It's got a giant nib. Okay, let's
I mean,
compare
it's a
that.
nice nib design as
It
well.
is
I mean,
it is honestly, you
it's
gotta
not
lose the
plain.
cap, in my opinion, and it's a really
Yeah.
pretty pen. I just can't get over the cap, but which again, it shouldn't matter. So this is next to the X1
Oh, okay.
59. I mean, if you just compare the nibs even, let me turn that.
Yeah, there's a bit of a difference.
It's huge. Um, is this ebonite? No, that's plastic. I mean, I really like this. The wood,
Does the wood feel very smooth? Is it
it
nice
almost
and
feels a little synthetic, like it's not just straight wood. Like I feel like it has to be mixed with
oh,
something because it feels a little slippery. I have dry hands, so
okay.
sometimes pens like this are a little slippery. I don't know if the nib, I mean, honestly, you should try it out because is that an ink window? No, it's really pretty like this. It's there's just too much going on over here for me. What do you guys think in the comments?
Which is funny because the cap is really, I mean, if you look at the design, it's simplistic. I mean, it's got a cap. The cap is square. I just think the designs are competing with each other. You've got this
That's
flat
what I
top with
think.
the
I
cigar,
feel
and I
like
don't like
this
that.
could be good on a different pen and this would be good,
Yeah,
but together, I don't think they're a great
it's
match.
just, yeah, they're not cohesive to me at all. So,
But again, and this is a little bit more money. I think this was more like the $50 price range.
is it? Okay.
It's stabilized wood, which is treated.
Oh, okay. Stabilized wood. I guess that's so it won't warp or get all weird or whatever.
Jean really likes the juxtaposition of their elements.
Okay, and I think that's, and
Something to be said.
yeah, I mean, there's something to be said, but yeah, again, it doesn't work for me. But I'm willing now if it has a badass nib on it and a very enjoyable nib, well, maybe that could
The
change my
nib
mind.
is kind of fun, isn't it?
I mean, it's actually it's a huge nib, but the design on it, it has
Yeah, you can
these, it
kind of
was
see
a,
like the
yeah,
crisscross or whatever.
right,
It's
yeah,
worth a
it's
shot.
different.
I mean, people love this. And I think it was, I don't know what it was about the timing when I got this. I think I was
Yeah.
just so hyped up about this and it took a long time to get to me. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited. And then I got it and I was like, oh, I don't
You're like,
know. I
oh,
don't know.
hmm.
But worth a shot and great. It's a bit masculine. Maybe that's it.
Okay, that's what. See, I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels the same way. Because yeah, to me, I look at it and I'm just like, and the people who keep recommending it to me are
For
men,
men.
and it looks kind of masculine to me, and I'm just like, but this is so much prettier.
Right. So, I mean, and this gets back to we like our pens for different reasons. You know what I mean?
I just think it's funny how everyone can
Everyone's
have
different. But
so many
isn't this
different
pretty?
tastes.
Isn't this pretty?
Yeah, like that. I mean, it's pretty. And they even have like a wood variation that's more like red and blues, which
Yes.
I think is kind of, more, it's pretty attractive. So,
Yes.
you know,
So the
Amethyst
titanium
Mist.
one is my favorite. I do love that.
I,
Oh, so
I,
here's the 9019 too that I was
okay.
talking about.
Well,
So
that's
let's put
nice
this
too.
next to the X159.
So Amethyst Nibs, she said, I don't care for nibs that are longer than my fingers, just
Yeah.
saying.
Like now side by side, they don't look that different. No, it's
The
definitely
nib
chunkier.
looks, okay. Yeah, I could see, yeah.
Actually, I feel
Yeah.
like the white one looks girthier.
It does look girthier, but it could be because it's white and
Wait until you
it's
see this
really
cartridge.
expands. Yeah, show me the cartridge.
Look at the size of that.
Damn.
I mean, I don't know if you can really appreciate it unless you see another one next to it. But
I mean, it's,
I can't
yeah.
believe it's 5:30. This
Is it
session,
really already?
this episode has
This
really gone
episode?
by quickly. Look at the difference.
Wow.
Chunky.
Yeah. It looks like was it the Pilot Con 70 that's nice and big like that?
I've never seen a converter this big ever.
I mean, I think here's my Pilot
Massive.
743, which I think, for a cartridge converter holds quite a bit of ink.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah.
This is the Con 70, if I'm not mistaken.
I
I
don't
could
have
be
a
wrong.
7.3.
I could be wrong. See, I support Pilot.
Yeah.
Still my Pilot.
I have so many
This was
Pilot.
not a cheap pen. And it's got a grind on it.
If anybody knows of anything special, okay, I'm really asking for your help here because I need nothing. This is totally a need, not a want. A want, not a need. Oops, excuse me.
Whatever. Need, want. Aren't they about the same?
My husband's going to be in Ginza, so he's going to be close to Tokyo Station, which is where Maruzan, the bookstore, is. They have a great pen section there. He's also going to be near Itoya and Ancora. So those, I think, are my 3 best shots at getting Jay to do some shopping for me.
Yes.
The new Ancora Pen of the Year doesn't come out until March 26th, so that's not available. I've already reached out to them. It's not available for pre-order or anything like that. I've already reached out to Ancora. They do have some lovely Pro Gear Slims, and they're all transparent with like a floral pattern.
Ooh.
There's a lavender one. There's one called Mimosa. There's actually one called like Vanilla Cream. They have like a root beer float in like they have like this little series. So cool. And that one I really like. And it looks like that's available. But anyways, curious about that store. Yeah. And then anything in the Itoya Lamy Safari in the navy blue with the bronze clip. I'm going to get that.
Oh,
there's a green Lamy Safari. That's pretty too. Feel free to DM me if there's anything. Although Jay does not like to travel with ink. He's like, don't send me 10 inks you want because I don't want to bring a bunch of ink home.
No, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
The sailor. How about getting a Bungo Box Sailor exclusive? I would love that, but I don't think he's near Bungo Box. I think that's the problem.
Wow.
I just have to keep to my Bungo Box Esther Brooks. Ancora is going to be closing soon at the end of 2025, according to Sailor announcement. So get what you want from there. Oh wow. Man, who knew?
Friedrich apparently did.
I don't want to take up everyone's time, but feel free to DM me if there's something you think I can't live without.
She also add on about a 10% finder's fee on top of that.
We'll see if Jay can be a mule. No.
And Jay, you have a big order to fill your
primary manipulation.
Lovely. Huh? That's pretty.
Yeah. It's my primary manipulation, and it's a stub nib. I love the matte finish on it, but I don't use it.
Yeah, I hear you.
My only Leonardo I'm letting go.
I kind of feel, I like Leonardo a lot, but I'm sad to say that I'm kind of bored of some of the Leonardos. It just
I have some that I'll never more. I don't know if it's they're releasing so much, so frequently with so many different. I don't know.
Maybe.
Here's my thought on Leonardo. That ebonite feed on the Leonardo and the thin nib, is phenomenal. But they're not all like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
This kind of thin, like this.
Okay. Yeah.
With that ebonite.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is this was my first.
I mean, I have a couple like that as well. Like one of my Dutch pen show ones is
and I think my sand is like that too.
Yeah.
It's got that thin.
It's like it's ergonomically fitted to the nib or something.
It's just more unique. I think it's the feed. But then if I look at like one like this.
Is it just a Yovo feed?
It's just the plastic.
It's just a Yovo feed.
Yeah. So for me, that's the difference. They're different nibs. I feel like this one is taller too. And it's ebonite.
Yeah.
So that's the difference for me. And I feel like most of the ones I'm seeing now have this plastic feed. Although I don't think my Dutch pen show did. I think if you get the
Dutch pen show is ebonite. No, the Dutch pen show, I think both of my Dutch pen show ones are it has a nice ebonite feed on it, and it forms to the nib. It's very, very pleasing to the eye, and it's not your typical Yovo plastic feed.
Yes. So I wonder if that's the same case as, what was the name of that nib place? Could you get a nib replacement for the Yovos on the Leonardos?
I don't know. That's I think you can. I think he makes some ebonite
YouTube
ebonite feed
says
replacements.
gold nib Leonardos have the ebonite field. The steel nibs have the plastic feed. But this is a
Okay.
steel nib. I'm pretty sure this is a steel nib on this Fiore Grande.
Hmm.
But this is from 2022 at the Apple Boom shop in Boston. So I
Okay.
don't know if they switched over. Do you know if they ever had the ebonite?
I mean,
Because
I've had some
yeah, this is
Leonardos a
furniture.
few years ago with ebonite feeds on steel nibs, and it was the larger. It wasn't the regular size Leonardo. It was the oversized
Grande.
Leonardos, right? The Grandes that had ebonite with steel nibs. But I don't know if they're still doing that or not. If that was just a small time frame that they were doing that, or what. But
To me,
yeah,
that's the difference. Like, I tend to love all of my Leonardos with ebonite feeds, steel nib or
same,
gold nib, and the
right?
plastic feeds are just feeling a little basic.
Okay. But yeah, that's what I have. A lot of the Leonardos I still have are the
Yeah, they're
ebonites.
definitely not. Anyone giving up
What?
fountain pens for Lent?
What?
No.
Well,
Take sugar, not my fountain pens.
I'm not Catholic, so
You're not giving
no,
up anything. Pen
I'm
Realm
not.
has those
Yeah,
nibs.
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
Shari. Hi,
giving up
Shari.
anything.
Welcome to the show.
Although I think
Contact
the practice
Salvatore.
of fasting is a good idea. So maybe do a little fast from your fountain pen so you can appreciate it more.
I'll pray on it. So actually, Salvatore he's going to be, we were supposed to talk with him last week on Apple Boom Bites, and he had a doctor's
Oh,
appointment. So tomorrow we're talking with somebody from Wancher. Am I saying that right?
oh, yeah. I
That's
guess I don't know if you,
tomorrow's
I don't know.
episode, which is I think it's 9:50 my time that I have to hop on to chat, and then we go
Okay.
live at 10 a.m. I guess, I think.
Yeah,
And
I like
then
their pens.
so we had to reschedule with Sal. So
Oh, okay.
yes, maybe I'll ask him about that.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, what's up? What's the deal with your feeds, man?
Because I do love those ebonite feeds. So it's so
I did
funny because I
too.
just picked up this Fiore Grande, which I haven't reached for very much.
Right.
And I loved it. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is it? It's the ebonite. I know it is.
It just makes a nicer writing experience, I think.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just yeah. I actually got rid of some of my Leonards that were just steel nibs with the Yovo feed, and the ones that I have left now are the really nice limited edition ones with
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this is plastic. Let me just look. Yeah, this is I love
Okay.
that this has the ink window, and this is also a stub nib, and it just didn't, it
Yeah.
really writes nice. I just don't reach for it much. I think it's more the pattern that I got. I wasn't crazy about this.
If it was shiny, maybe it'd be cool. I don't
I
know. I
was
just
actually
don't.
pumped to get the
Oh, you
matte.
like the
I
matte?
was
I don't
really
know. The
excited.
primary manipulation and the matte just doesn't get me excited. It needs to be shiny, and catch the light, or
Yeah, I haven't
something.
really found a primary manipulation that I love.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not buying any pens for Lent. Oh, that's good. That would actually be really healthy for me. Oh boy. Um,
Yeah.
you get replacement nibs for the steel nibs and the Leonardos. Yeah. Right. Yeah, you can kind of interchange, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Jamie doesn't like the matte finish. Jamie's like, no,
No.
no.
Yeah.
I like Jamie. Jamie's very upfront about how she feels. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh. So my cousin's son is coming to the house to help me move all the furniture back into the
Mm.
rooms. Jay's working a little late tonight, so I was like, I don't want to deal with this late. So I don't want to bring all the junk back in here, and I'm trying to figure out like how to set this room up. Is anybody getting the
Yeah.
new Kaweco in honey?
No, but I wouldn't
So,
mind it. I have the perfect Robert Oster ink to go
mm,
with it. I think it's called like honeybee or something.
ooh, fun.
Yeah, so I'm considering it. If Drongles is carrying it, I'd probably run over there and grab one.
It's a
Why not?
nice, like springy, sunshiny color.
Yeah, it's like a nice sunny type of thing. You're welcome, Jamie. Just you keep being straightforward like that. I like that.
I think it drops in 2 days. You know, it drops So that drops in 2 days. I think tomorrow is the new Lamy Safari. What do we think of that?
Is that the?
I feel like it's like a eggplant color. Am I
Yeah, what
wrong?
it's called.
Kind of reminds me of the dark lilac, but it's all one
Well,
color.
it's called like the same. It's the Esterbrook name, Scarlet. It's called Scarlet, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Thank you,
interesting.
Heather. Heather's like Scarlet because I
Thank
noticed
you.
that too. But it's a nice color. You
Scarlet.
know,
Yeah, I think
it's
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 pretty.
it's very tempting.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I can see it making its way into my cart one day.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
just be sure to it probably won't come with a converter. So you
that's true.
better take your ass over to Amazon and buy the 5-pack. That's what I did because that
Oh,
happens. I'll get the pen. I'm like, there's no damn converter.
that's
But
so
yeah,
frustrating.
I know. So I have a 5-pack of converters I bought on Amazon. So that doesn't happen anymore.
Very cute. A lot of people asking about the pixie, which I think is so adorable. I'm
It is
definitely gonna
very cute.
eventually get one.
It has a kind of a Kaweco look to it, but it doesn't. It's unique to
I
it.
think it's really cute. I think people are gonna have a lot of fun with it. It's a great price point.
How much
And
are
I
they? Do you?
saw Bryce on Alexandra's show,
Uh-huh.
and he was talking about it. And I think one of the things about this, and please don't quote me on this, but I think he was talking about how the Briolette did not post, and because it was such a small pen, that was kind of an issue. So
Okay.
they were pushing back on Banu to come out with, if you're going to do a pocket pen, please make it postable.
Yeah, the Briolette, it's kind of annoying because
It's
I
kind
still
of
have a
annoying,
couple of
and
them,
that's
and
why
yeah,
it's not like a great seller, I would imagine. I mean,
it's
I
a
think
really
it's
pretty pen though. It's just yeah,
very pretty.
if it's posted,
So I
makes it even
think the
better.
Pixies, and somebody in the chat does have one, so I think that the Pixies are postable, which I think is
Okay,
great, and they're gonna be under $75, which is also great.
that is nice.
Yeah,
That is yeah, under $75. That's not too bad.
right. I have 10 pens at home I don't like.
I'm
With
so
the Lamy
sorry.
Safari, you don't like the Lamy Safari, Sabine? You have 10 of them?
Or just
Um,
10 random pens you have, and you're just like, I freaking hate these pens.
oh,
She just had to put it out there
just in case, yeah. Yeah, the
for
UK,
anyone listening. I freaking
and
hate these 10
yes.
pens.
Oh, they're all you know, I was saying about, the Lamy Safari. I feel like the more I use it, the more I use it. If it's away, I don't really miss it or long to like, where is my Lamy Safari? It's been a while. But then I feel like when I write with it, I'm like, damn, this is a good little pen, you know? That's what I
Yeah,
feel like. And then I tend to reach for it a lot. But when it's out of sight, it's out of mind. But when I'm writing with it, I really like it. But only the black nibs. Actually, the white one with the steel nib I'm getting with the
yeah. I
regular.
mean, they're not bad, but I'm not like itching to ink up my safaris or
All
my
Stars
all
are much
stars.
better than the Safaris.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think they're nice pens, but yeah, I don't just sit here. I'm like, it's been a while since I've inked up a safari.
Yeah, I do like the ones that I've gotten from the limited ones from Itoya. I like the ones with the fun
Yeah,
clips and the black nibs. But no, I just really love my Kawecos. They're so damn cute.
I like Kavecos a lot.
They
Actually,
remind me of school children trauma every time I see it. Oh, did you have to use
trauma.
them in school?
Yeah, is that like what they like slapped your wrist and stuff, and you
No.
didn't use it right? Like, was it one of those situations?
Safaris get stuff done. They're efficient. I agree.
They
I think I
are.
call them the workhorse of my
They
top
are a
10 lineup.
workhorse.
The workhorse.
They are
I
workhorses.
take my
Yeah.
Lamis to school. The children are always surprised how many pens one can use at one time. Oh, I have not tried the
I have
you
both of them.
have
I
it,
love
don't
them.
you?
I
You
love
love it?
them. I do.
How's the ink capacity with it?
It's good. I mean, I don't know exactly how. So here's the metal one, and then I have them both inked right now. The metal
Oh, I
and the
don't think I
plastic.
realized. Oh, they came out the other how so the metal
Yeah.
one's more expensive, right? And then
Right.
the other one's
This
what,
one is more
7?
affordable. Yeah, it's like under $100.
Okay.
Way more affordable. I have not bought a clip for it yet, but I will. because I just like to have a clip on them. But I mean, it's definitely holds way more ink than the little converter
Okay.
does. So,
I'm
but yeah,
excited
this
for them to
is,
come out with some fun colors.
I am too. Like, I want a red one
Of course.
or like hot pink or
Hmm.
something. But yeah, and or even, like
The
the metal
black is
one.
classy though.
It's very classy, but if they're going to do more plastic ones, I want different colors
Yeah,
of
for sure.
this because
For
yeah,
sure.
I love the classic look, and I love that it has the little cap that covers the little piston knob,
Yeah,
so
I
it
like
still
that.
looks like, and it's even deluxe because it has like a little gold.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I mean, it has lots of nice touches on it, but it still looks like classic
Cute little
Kaweco.
baby Kaweco.
Yeah.
Kawecos are my favorite to clip onto my like here. Like I'll just clip a Kaweco
Yes.
on and off I go. I think they're like
Right.
great for the traveler's notebook.
That or like the plastic one, I like that I could just like put it in my purse and I don't worry about it. I mean, I do keep like a little case from Galen Leather that's specifically for pocket pens. So no, my pens aren't just floating around my bag, getting
Right.
tossed around, with stuff. I mean, but
Yeah.
it's a
Even
it's a pen.
even even our Jinhaos need a nice home.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. See how
I
Lori
love
keeps
those.
hers? Hers are like all fancy.
Right? I found that this case is a little too thin for a lot of my larger pens.
Oh, well,
So I got this
I was gonna say
Galen
that's
and
perfect for those.
I really like it. And you can put a notebook on this
I think
side,
I have that same case.
but I wasn't using it with like my Leonardos or my
Yeah,
Scribos. Like they were kind of like on top of each other. And then you'd
right.
go to zip it and it would like, you just feel like
You
you're
have to
putting
like
too much
squish it
pressure.
together.
Yeah. So I think it's perfect for my vanishing points. I'm just going to leave them in here like long term.
I have that, and I have the same case that I'm also not using.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
So,
bring that out and
you
keep, because
put
they're just
like,
kind of laying here on my desk,
yeah, so you can put your Galen, your everyday notebook from Galen Leathers. It's nice and thin because you can't fit like a
Yes.
typical A5 over here.
No,
They're too thick.
too
But
thick.
you can also fit a half year sterling ink because like my ink journal from last year, the half year fits, but the full year does not. But yeah,
Yeah.
no need. Like you just kind of put a little Galen notebook in there just so you can play around and jot notes. And
Right.
yeah, and it's not as heavy. And it's, look at it. This feels like
That's
it's
a
supposed to be. That's
that's a
nice.
fabulous. I think I'm gonna copy you and be your twin. I'm gonna do
Ooh,
that.
because I'm gonna order
Same.
that frosted Asvine as soon as we get off this call.
I'm
I'm
probably gonna
never
order
offended
the.
when you
I'm
talk
probably gonna order another one too. No,
when we
I love
inspire
it.
one another.
Lisa, I think you're gonna love that pen. I mean, it's real nice.
Yeah, I have not
It's
tried that
nice.
one. Ooh, I'm gonna ink this up right now because I am
Oh,
excited to try this with
you go on with
Purgatory.
your bad self.
Carry on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst
Did
yourselves.
anyone watch the Saturday Night Live 50
Linda
year
Richmond.
anniversary?
Linda
Linda,
Richmond. I love her.
yes,
It's like butter.
yes. And then Barbara made an appearance at one
Yeah.
point. The actual Barbara. Oh, shoot. Do I
Yes.
have ink in
She's
here?
like obsessed with Barbara Streisand.
Yes. I don't know what ink is in here, but I'm mad about it because I
Oh,
just
you
wanted to
have,
pick this up.
so it's inked already?
Not really. Like I
I was gonna
just
say, if
no,
you
it's
got a paper towel handy, just dump it on that.
that's whatever's in there. That's what's in there. Something
Oh,
brown.
give us a topic. Okay, how about
Give us a topic. We got 12 minutes and my nephew's showing up
okay.
to move furniture. But
All
yeah,
right.
talk
Your
amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go rinse this real
all
quick.
right. Talk about your favorite inks to put in your Kavecos. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. That dates me and that really dates me and Lori how old we actually are, I guess. It's all good. So more F bombs from me going forward. Sorry, I try so hard to control my language when I come on here because I do tend to have a potty mouth, and I realize that it's not exactly super polite to drop F bombs and stuff, but sometimes they just come out. I have, okay, so I have my olivine Kaweco also out. It is inked. What is, I haven't inked. It's from, I think it's like Olive from the ink calendar, the Diamine ink calendar still. So
I'm terrified of my new rug.
but that you're going to drop some ink on
I
it
have
and
bottles of
stain
ink
it.
everywhere, and I just had a brand new rug installed. Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, living on the edge here.
I mean, you're just like, yeah,
I
that's
had them do a
insane.
6x6 remnant that they were going to bind. They're going to, so that I
Oh,
could
that's a good
put it
idea.
under my desk. So it's like the same carpet under my desk, but they haven't
That's a good
found
idea.
it yet. So
Yeah, just in case, it's a good thing to have. Let's see. You're younger than me, Vanessa, so you didn't date yourself. Thank you. I'm 61. How old are you? No, I'm not quite 61 yet. I will be 50 in September. So,
ooh,
yeah.
welcome to the club.
It's all good. It's all good.
Did anyone watch the Oscars? I don't know. We're probably talking about something else, but I saw A
No.
Real Pain with Kieran Culkin. So good.
Really? I haven't seen any of it. So yeah.
I'm making a mess. What did we decide to talk about while I was gone?
I don't know. I just asked them what inks they want to put with their Kaweco pens. Like, so Heather E says, whoops. There, I just inked my Sage Kaweco with Teranishi Brilliant Mint. I don't think I have
pretty.
that one. Let's see what else. What else do we have? Roaster Cafe Crema and the Apricot Pearl.
I love that ink and everything.
Let's see here. I'm going up. So Noodler's number 41 brown.
Ooh.
Interstellar bronze in my olivine. And let's see here. Anyone else write anything?
This is good.
Serge watched the Oscars, but he only watched to watch Cynthia and Ariana sing.
Oh my God. I had tears. They sang Defying Gravity, and it was just freaking so good.
See, Sabine, maybe J. Urban Vert Empire would be nice in the Kaweco Olivine.
That's a really
I
nice.
could see that. Yeah, that would be nice. Let's see. I don't know what that's referring to, so that's why I look like I wasn't. I was like, what?
All right, so here is Purgatory with this
Purgatory.
pen.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Whatever filter is on my camera, because it gets
it's making it very, it's very soft.
I don't know why. Maybe if I get out of the frame.
It's kind of like, when you're watching Goodfellas and their white collars seem to glow in the light. That's what this is reminding me of.
Like, I'm not fuzzy, but then if I bring something in, it's fuzzy. I was graduating high school. Mocha Mousse. Ooh, Mocha Mousse sounds pretty. Do you know what ink? Okay, here's something. Let's talk about an ink that, like, an ink company. I've never tried Birmingham ink.
Oh, I've got a few of their stuff. Their earlier stuff I have.
Everybody loves it. They are so in my wheelhouse when I see the types. They have like a lot of dusties and smokies and earthies. And every time I look, I'm like,
great everyday colors.
Yes. I'm like, just put in a damn order, Lori. And I haven't. And also ancient copper, Diamine ancient copper. Why don't I own that?
I have a sample of it. I think that's okay. I mean, it doesn't really get my, I think so. Let's see. Oh, somebody, I just saw it. Where was it? Hold on. Tried Cosmo paper today, right? It's like writing on velvet. It really is. It's good stuff. That's like my paper of choice. Yeah, pretty much anytime you see me doing a writing sample on Instagram, it's on Cosmo Air paper because I just love it.
And have they actually discontinued it, or are you finding it in a
Well, Jet Pens is still carrying the loose paper.
Okay.
And because I checked the other day to see if they still have it in stock, and it's still there. And above it says exclusive. So I think they might be one of the only stores to have it left.
I've never ordered from Jet Pens.
Oh, they're good.
Good, quick delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
lot of Japanese exclusives.
Yeah. And you only have to spend $35 for free shipping.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that won't
So
be
it's a
hard.
low threshold, and it's but yeah, every time I order from them, I try to stick a pack of the Cosmo
Yeah.
Air paper in there just so I don't run out.
This is the Scribo Ladata or Fici. That's what
That
this
is
is.
so pretty.
I got this at the Dutch Pen Show. Yeah.
I remember when you got that.
Yeah, I
And
do like
we
this wearing gold. It's pretty. I mean,
that is
I like
does
smoke. It's like a
it does it
dusty
have sparkle? Does it have a little bit of
no,
shimmer?
it's
Is it
like
just a bit
it's like a dust. It's I probably have a million versions of this. What does it remind me of? It kind of reminds me of the Ink Vent Masquerade without the shimmer.
Oh, that's a nice color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty.
Yes,
It's
I'm gonna
pretty.
go to Little Craft Fest here in Houston because it's only like not that far, maybe 30 minutes from me. Oh yeah. I was considering teaching a workshop there, but honestly, I don't know if I want to.
Time out.
I just wanna I just wanna show up there and like walk around and space out, which is probably what I'll do.
Where is this, Vanessa?
It is so Little Craft Fest is happening in April, late April, and it is in a town called Conroe, which is actually a suburb of Houston, but it's a nice area. And yeah, there's all kinds of vendors that are gonna be there. I mean, they've been working their butt off to
That
put
sounds
this
like
together.
fun.
Lots of workshops. Um, yeah, like I said, I probably will just do a day over there since I'm local. Just go over there for a day and then
Fun.
come back home. Yeah, have fun and walk around and talk to people, and not stay overnight or anything there. So, yes, I am going to DC this year. I will be there. So, not I would like to do San Francisco, but I'm not going to do that this year. But I am definitely doing DC.
It's awesome. This
Yeah,
just in. I'm going to Chicago for
to the
one day.
Chicago show.
Chicago Pen Show. Jay's got to travel, and
Cool.
he had some flexibility. I'm only going to go a day, just one day.
Yeah, I think that's all you really need is a day. I mean, DC is a different animal, but I think you only need a day at the
And
pen show.
also, we're going to be in Oregon
Uh-huh.
or Seattle uh, in July. So the Pacific Northwest. I
Okay. Yeah, I
think
think
I might
that's
drop in there too.
okay.
These are just like days, like I'm mostly
Yeah,
traveling with Jay, but I'm like, well,
right.
if you have some flexibility, perhaps. Okay, Shannon asked how it compared to milk
Okay.
chocolate. So bottom is purgatory, and this is milk chocolate up here,
Huh.
which is the
Milk
color we
chocolate's
were
very
obsessed. No, strawberry
red.
chocolate. Strawberry
Oh,
chocolate.
I was going to say it's very red for being milk chocolate.
Yeah, it's strawberry chocolate
Huh.
from Kobe ink because we were obsessing over this. Remember Nagasawa had sold out of it
Yeah,
at Stationery Fest?
I
Yes, there's
remember.
definitely more pink. There's definitely more brown in the
Yeah.
purgatory.
I like the purgatory. The purgatory is very nice.
Yeah, it's very
Very
pretty.
nice
It's very
color.
pretty.
So, okay, well, maybe you'll see Friedrich over at Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure
Um,
what day I'm going to be there or for how long. I kind of feel like you, Vanessa. I kind of just want to swoop in and
yeah,
just kind of I don't know, like just really enjoy it and walk around and and also for my Boston friends, Kate let me know that Kirk Spear is coming to the Paper Mouse at the end
oh,
of
good.
April. It's actually the weekend before Chicago.
Oh,
So I'm going to
wow.
try to go there and have a couple nib grinds done, and then there'll be no pressure in Chicago because I have a feeling Paper Mouse will be a lot more quiet trying to
Yes.
get nib grinds. So I'm like, oh, so maybe I'll try to get like 3 or 4 pens done in Newton, Mass, and then
Yeah,
just chill in Chicago. And like with that pressure gone, and then what's cool about that is we'll be near Atlas because we'll be in Chicago.
right.
So if I do have a credit, I don't even know that I'd spend it at the pen show. I'd probably save it and go spend it at Atlas, but get my but see things in person.
Yeah, definitely. And how nice would it be to have that credit and to get to see the things in person instead of, it's like a blind buy. It's like, I hope this comes back and it's nice.
Yeah. I mean that I was
It's
pretty
just,
impulsive with the platinum, but that's the last shape of heart. And I do like my platinum pens, but
Yeah.
Was that a wise investment?
I don't
I don't
maybe, in the resale market, you might, do okay
I
with
don't
it.
plan on reselling it, and
Yeah,
I have the black one and I have the cafe latte, and now this
right.
one, but there's a white one too that I don't think I'll ever want, but,
Yeah, there is a white one. Is
it's
that all they're
pretty.
doing is 4? The
This
4
is the last
pens?
in the
Oh,
series, they
wow.
said. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I'll be in Chicago too. I'm doing girls trip with my sister, Michelle. That's fun.
That'll be fun. Sisters are the best, dude.
So wonderful. I
I
know when
love
Sabine said I was like the sister she didn't have. I don't have sisters. So yeah,
I have a sister. I
that's
don't
all
have
you
a
need.
brother.
Just
I
one
just
good
have a
one,
sister.
right?
Yeah.
Good one. Well, my
My
friends,
sister's
that was a
awesome.
really quick 2 hours, and,
It really was. My ass doesn't even hurt sitting in this chair for this long.
I had a wonderful time chatting with everybody today. I think we've really flushed out the Jinhao 10, uh, topic. I mean, I'm definitely doing a follow-up video where I'm gonna, like, just show all the inks that I have and
I
just
think
go
I
through.
might need to sit down and do a Jinhao 10 video.
I
Um,
think it'd be really great to see those 3 matte pens.
that's what I got all 3 of them because I wanted to do a comparison between the 2 dupes and then the actual, because
Yep.
I've actually had my eye on that matte black Pilot pen for some time
Mhm.
and just hadn't
Go like
act.
this, honey.
Oh, I had on.
Unless it's just a blur, I can't see. I
I
don't have my
don't know.
glasses on. Was there anything?
I don't
Beautiful.
know.
I'm looking out for you, girl.
I appreciate it because there's some people who wouldn't tell you.
I'll tell you.
So
'Cause I would be sad if no one told. So I have, like, a calcium deposit on my tooth right
I
here.
do too. I have a little one, but yeah, it
Yeah.
happens.
So, you know who used to when I was a school teacher, my kids would be like, "Mrs. Tata, what's on your tooth?" I'm like, "Oh, that's just my tooth,
You're like,
honey.
shut up.
That doesn't go away." But I always think of how many adults must think it, but the kids will say it. You would tell
Oh,
me, "Thank you, Jamie."
let's see here. Okay, so I did see up here from Australia. Where are you? Kate Mason coming all the way from Australia to the little stationary crap thing.
Wow.
It'll be nice to meet you. If you
Wow.
see me,
From
holler at me
Australia.
because I will be in another world walking around.
Hey,
Um,
Gingery. Oh my gosh, we're just okay, I'm really terrified, because I'm in the red and I just got the warning, your Mac will sleep
okay.
soon. No, it's fine. We can just, like, not have a goodbye. We'll just die at some
Okay.
point. We'll just, like
I wanted to answer one more question. So this
okay.
was a series I started years ago, and I had the best of intentions to keep up with it. And this is what makes me I'm a bad pen pal.
You're not.
So I wanted to do with every
Van
Visconti Van
Gogh.
Gogh to talk about the painting. So do an art history talk with the pen. And so maybe I will continue that because I have pretty much the whole collection right now. I might be missing 2 of
I would
them.
really enjoy that, and I think those
Okay.
different types of pen videos do well. Like, it's something different for us.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean, to be all honesty, the last YouTube review I did was just over a year ago. I got burned out doing reviews. I've been doing reviews for quite a few years, and it just finally I was like, I don't feel like doing this. Laura,
I don't
it
even know that
takes
I do reviews. I feel like I'm more
you
like
just talk.
commentary. You just talk about what you wanna talk about. I'm not
Yeah.
really good about like, "Oh, I got this, I'm unboxing this, this is my first impression." So,
Yeah.
just come back, will ya? Rip off the Band-Aid and press record, damn
I
it.
know, I need to. So I might just maybe if I make a goal to record a video every 2 weeks, like on the week that we don't have the show, I'll do a review or a because mine are more
That's how
commentary
I
and
found you, Vanessa. What if
I
you never
know
made videos? That's how
that's
this
how a
show
lot of people
happened.
found me. A lot of people found me from
Yeah.
the videos. So
You put so
I
much
think
time and energy into Instagram, and
well,
if you put a fraction of that into
I
YouTube.
know. So Darla, I have been thinking about that actually. So I might pick that up again. So and I'll do it for each pen and not like a few pens at the same time, but each pen and talk about the painting and the story behind that. So since
I do
I
wanna get the
am
potato one.
the potato eaters, yes, I mean I'm missing the potato and the reader. I believe I'm missing those 2 pens. So, but I have the other ones. So I'll have to, yeah. So it's all good. We'll get
All
back
right,
into that.
friends. Well, thank you so much. We don't want to miss our ending and have my computer die
Yeah, I was gonna say, get
before
rid
we
of
can
that.
say,
Stay
stay
juicy,
juicy.
bitches. That's right. I even do the crazy eyes for y'all. Stay juicy, bitches.
Or else.
Or
Thank you all so
else.
much for being here. Love chatting with you. Have a wonderful day. Spring is around the corner. Don't forget to spring forward on Sunday.
I can't believe that's already here. That's so crazy.
I'm ready. We are going to hit the 50s this week in Boston, and I cannot wait.
Hey.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Have a great week.
Bye.